What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Wrestling Pulse. Today, we're diving into one of the most important storylines in modern wrestling history, the Bloodline. This was more than just a faction. It was a story that defined WWE for years, elevated stars to new heights, and kept fans glued to their screens week after week. But as with many great things in wrestling, what started out legendary eventually started to lose its shine. So in this video, we're going to break down the rise and fall of the Bloodline, from how it started, why it worked so well, and how WWE eventually dragged it down. Let's get into it. To smiling, heroic face of the company, but fans rejected it. This time Roman came back with Paul Heyman at his side, a new attitude and a new nickname, the Tribal Chief. This Roman was darker, colder, and ruthless. He wasn't asking for respect anymore, he was demanding it. And the foundation of his character was family. Soon, his real-life cousins, the Usos, were drawn into the story. At first, they resisted Roman's control, but one by one, they fell in line. Later, Solo Sikoa, the younger brother of the Usos, joined too. Together, they formed the Bloodline, a faction rooted in their Samoan wrestling heritage. And just like that, WWE's most dominant group in years was born. The early rise of the Bloodline is what hooked fans. Roman's tribal chief character completely changed how people saw him. For the first time, he wasn't being forced into the role of a hero. He was thriving as a villain. Every promo, every match, every moment felt like it mattered. The Usos added layers to the story. They weren't just backup, they were torn between loyalty to their cousin and their own independence. This family tension made the story relatable and dramatic. But the biggest twist came in 2022, when Sami Zayn entered the picture. Sami, desperate for belonging, started calling himself the Honorary Uce. At first it was comedy, but over time it became one of the most emotional stories WWE has ever told. Sami earned the crowd's love, bonded with Jey Uso, and gave the Bloodline heart. His eventual betrayal at the 2023 Royal Rumble was so powerful, the crowd reaction was deafening. So why did this storyline connect the way it did? First, it was emotional. Wrestling isn't just about moves in the ring, it's about stories. And this was a story about family, trust, loyalty, and betrayal. Fans could see themselves in the relationships. Who hasn't felt torn between loyalty to someone you love and doing what's right? Second, the performances were world-class. Roman Reigns reinvented himself and became the megastar WWE always wanted. Jey Uso went from just a tag wrestler to a main event level performer. Sami Zayn became one of the most beloved underdogs in wrestling history. Even Paul Heyman, with his facial expressions and loyalty to Roman, added layers of drama. And third, the dominance. Roman held the Universal Championship for over 1,000 days. The Usos had the longest tag team title reign in WWE history. Every match involving the Bloodline felt huge, and fans tuned in just to see if someone could finally stop them. For a while, it was the hottest thing in wrestling. But here's the problem. Every story has a peak, and WWE didn't know when to stop. After Sami Zayn was kicked out, the story lost some of its spark. Sure, Jey Uso turning on Roman was big, but without Sami's emotional pull, something felt missing. The cracks really started to show at WrestleMania 39. This was the perfect time for Cody Rhodes to dethrone Roman. Fans were ready, the story was there, but WWE dragged it out. They chose to keep Roman champion for another year. And when you drag a story past its natural ending, fans start to lose interest. Eventually, Roman Reigns did lose the title. That should have been the ultimate ending, the closure fans had been waiting for. But instead of wrapping things up, WWE tried to keep the Bloodline alive by having Solo Sikoa take control. The problem? It didn't work. Solo might be a solid wrestler, but without Roman's star power, without the Usos' drama, and without Sami Zayn's emotional connection, the Bloodline became just another group. It added nothing to the story. What was once epic and historic suddenly felt empty. The Bloodline went from the greatest thing in WWE to something fans were tired of, all because WWE didn't end it when they should have. Now, here's the thing. Even though WWE dragged it too far, the impact of the Bloodline can't be denied. This storyline made Roman Reigns the megastar WWE always wanted him to be. It elevated Jey Uso from tag team wrestler to a legitimate single star. It gave us unforgettable moments with Sami Zayn, and even solo Sikoa got a major spotlight because of it. For over 3 years, the Bloodline carried WWE. It showed that long-term storytelling in wrestling can work when done right. But it also showed what happens when you overstay your welcome. At its peak, the Bloodline was one of the greatest wrestling stories of all time. But in the end, instead of going out as legendary, it fizzled out as overdone. And that's the rise and fall of the Bloodline. From Roman's incredible tribal chief run, to Sami Zayn's unforgettable story, to the eventual downfall when WWE dragged things out too long, this was a roller coaster of emotion, dominance, and drama. But what do you think? Was the Bloodline truly the greatest storyline in WWE history, or did WWE ruin it by stretching it too far? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. This has been the Wrestling Pulse. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into wrestling's biggest stories. I'll see you in the next one.